Here comes Sam, of course.
Welcome to Obsessed, where Mika, Tia, and I challenge the thoughts that limit you, where we provide the tools for transformation. Be prepared to be swept away into the raw power of obsession, unlocking secrets and stories behind the insatiable hunger for growth and change. This is more than just a podcast. This is your story. It is a manifesto for those who refuse to settle, who dare to dream, and who are relentless in the pursuit of living a great life. Get obsessed with your life. We're getting obsessed with our lives right now. And the great part of being obsessed with our lives is that we have the most famous guest on of all time here, at least in our hearts and minds. I'm hearing a little reverb. Someone? Is YouTube up on anybody's channel? Okay. Well, maybe it's me. Anyway, could be me. I just wanted to say hello and welcome to our biggest fan, Jody Morell, who is Tia Walden's mom, as well as someone who has never watched the podcast, but loves me more than anyone else in the world, my mother, Beth Drost.
Welcome, moms, for being on Obsessed. Get obsessed. It's an honor to have you all.
Well, the reverb is gone. And guess what? Guess who's not gone? Jody Morell and Beth Drost. And today, okay, I'm going to go on mute. You guys talk just for a second. Sorry.
Can you guys hear me okay? Tia, Jody?
We can hear you.
Yep. Okay, good. All right, good. Wow, this is a special episode. We have our moms on, and my mom couldn't make it. She's on a lunch date with my sister right now, simultaneously. But at the same time, I'm so excited to have our moms on, and you hear us on Obsessed every week. And now you get a chance to experience the women that have kind of shaped us. And Michael Barca says, hi, Beth. Beth waves hi. And moms, how does it feel like to be on our podcast?
How does it feel? Good. Uncomfortable. Different.
I'm surprised.
All right. We got good, uncomfortable, and surprise. And so Jody, I'll start with you. What was it like having Tia as a baby girl? Do you have any memories that stands out?
Well, she was a second child. So she could actually climb walls and ceilings. The first one was so easy. The second one was our challenge.
Wow.
Was it too?
She vocalizes that often.
Yeah, I remind her.
As I prepare for my second.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And now that you see Tia, she went from that challenging baby, the maybe I don't know, they say the youngest is always a little more, I don't know, they are definitely different from the first ones. I'm speaking from experience too. Like I remember, like I was the oldest in our household, and I was just very responsible. I was responsible for everything and everyone, even as a child, like ridiculously. I had to-do lists like by the age of like 6. So, and then my youngest brother, I remember I was 5 when he was born. And I remember seeing him in those stages of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 years old. And he was definitely the most rambunctious, like just free spirited. He was like the opposite of me. Like his life was definitely the opposite of mine. And then as you see Tia now, she went from that stage to who she is now. Like, what do you think of the transformation? Like the growth? until adulthood.
Grows up. She grew up and stuff. What really surprised us, she was our finicky eater too. And
No way.
look, nutritionist, it just like makes me happy that she explores new foods and tries different things and really got into it. And I think it helps that her husband, Austin, likes cooking and grilling and stuff too.
Wow. All right. And so, Jules, we hear you just fine.
Okay, so there were little technical difficulties, but that always happens. And my mom, speaking of difficulties, my mom has been in the realm of being difficult, having difficult people around her, starting with her favorite child right here.
And you want do you be totally honest on this thing, or do you
Yeah,
make it
totally
nice?
honest. You have to be
Oh.
totally honest.
When I was in the hospital, Julie
Oh, here
was
we go. Here we go.
my oldest. I love you, Julie. When I was in the hospital with Julie, she was my oldest. I thought she was the most beautiful thing that ever graced the face of the earth.
Aw.
Delicate, very
yeah,
delicate.
very delicate, sweet blonde hair, so cute. And at that point in time, babies went into the nursery. They didn't stay in the room with the mom.
Way back when.
And the nurse came in and said, "Hey, we've given your baby a nickname." And I was like, "Oh, that's so cute."
Angel, was it Angel or
It
Sunshine?
was not Angel. Her nickname was the mouse
Oh, wow.
because
The mouth.
she started making noise from the day she was born and has never stopped.
Wow. So podcast was in her blood ever since then. Thank you for
think it was.
confirming that, Miss Beth. Thank you.
Mhm.
What was it like? She was the first. So do you have any fond memories that stand out? Because this episode is very special. It's dedicated for you both, for you moms. And this is a Mother's Day episode. Any fond memories that stand out about Julie?
Fun memories. They're so
Giving birth?
well, the birth. I mean,
Watching me give birth.
What?
Me giving birth?
Oh, well,
Forgot
yeah,
about that.
actually, that was one of the most astounding things that I remember about her is when she gave birth to her oldest one.
Mhm.
And I just thought it was such an incredible moment to experience as a mother, to see your baby giving birth. Yeah, that was pretty special.
Mhm.
Plus, she called me in the middle of the night to come to the hospital.
After she took like a Advil PM to go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Ouch. What was so special about watching your baby give birth? Were you in the room with her, or was it what part that was so special? Was it you being in the room, or was it post delivery?
Sam's hair was different. Sam?
So Sam's was different, but Jack's, we were in the room with you.
You were with me with Sam. Too.
Yeah, his dad and I were in the room with Julie. And it's hard to watch your own birth. I didn't see my kids being born; they just were, And I don't know what the words are. It's like the cycle of life, It's just like something that I was a part of starting a life, is now being coming full circle to another life. Yeah, it was something. Yeah, we were in with her second child's birth, which was a totally different story because he came so fast that they didn't give her any medication. If you know Julie.
Look at Tia. There's no medication in the birth plan. She's like, you wimp, you want a medication?
Oh, she was screaming for medication.
Oh my God.
anyways, same feeling though, just of awesome and gratitude.
Amazing. So her first nickname ever was Mouth or the Mouth.
The mouth.
And now she's using it to empower women, empower people, men and women. She just finished Creative Con, speaking on stage, the multi-event regarding media. And she spoke on stage, and then she publishes the podcast every week. Are you seeing that connection between the mouth and who she is now?
Yeah, because she controls the world around her with her mouth. She does, with words, being able, her writing first comes out verbally. Sorry, is this bothering you? It's not bothering me one bit. Yes, communication has always been the way she's worked.
Wow. And Tia has her baby Otto. Tia, is this she's keeping the baby occupied. So if you're seeing on video, you're seeing the baby Otto. And
Been the best week. Usually my mom watches Otto during this time.
yes. Wow, Mike Abarca says Beth. So no, that's awesome. And so Jody, now that you've gotten a chance to see Tia as a mom, she went from being your bundle of joy, your baby, and to now like have a baby of her own. Like, is there any moments that just like just kind of just you ever have this experience like wow? Anything that stands out to you, like Jody?
Well, when she announced her pregnancy, I didn't even think about her being pregnant yet. It didn't wanted to have them anytime soon. Unexpectedly, happily, she announced it. Her mother-in-law, or I did. She guessed before me.
She guessed, didn't actually
Yeah,
know.
I was like, what?
That my mom's response was, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, but she's a supermom. I mean, she's doing everything and anything. In a way, it surprises me just because it just came so easy to her, natural. I mean, she's doing great with it. Keeping up with, her cooking and baking. Yeah. We'll leave that to Austin.
Awesome. Thank you, Jody. I think it's amazing, like what Beth said. It mirrors what you said, like being able to like see things come full circle, like to go from having a child and seeing them as an adult to them being a mother and seeing things full circle and just the changes of life, the cycle of life. There's so much beauty that comes with that. And then seeing the strength of your baby who's now a woman and mothering your grandchild. There's just something awe-inspiring within itself, And so for either one of you, and I think there's maybe a little reverb on Tia's mic a little bit, but just wanted to ask you, Tia's bouncing with baby Otto, her bouncing ball, anyway, to relax the baby. Is there any moment that you feel like I've made my mom proud, Julie? Is there any moment where uh
and to be proud, right? Did I ever make my mom proud? I'm not sure. Maybe right now she's proud.
felt like I've made my mom proud? Or Tia?
I feel like I have surprised my mom in many ways, and maybe her being surprised is
Very.
Nice. Julie?
I think I'm making my mom proud right now. I mean,
Ah,
as a parent, if you have someone that is functional and feels joy and can share joy in the world, then I've made her proud. But I used to try to make her proud all the time by doing all the things that I thought my parents wanted me to do, but they really had no expectations of me. I made all those expectations. I projected them and said, "Oh, mom and dad want me to go to college." Well, yeah, I went to college, go to law school, get married, get a white picket fence. Not until you find that joy inside yourself. I think that's probably when my mom feels proud of me, that I have joy, maybe.
Yeah.
go ahead, Beth.
Probably the biggest um, joy I find is in the simplest things. The having the whole family there and having them laughing and talking and enjoying each other and going on, vacations with each other and um, the simple things. And Julie has been, um, she knows there's a song.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to sing it,
She's going to.
but called "You Are My Sunshine." She's been my sunshine her whole life. I think she knows that. As have been my
No. Wait, we
sons.
don't need to talk about that.
That is so
In
sweet.
case they're watching.
Oh yeah, in case. Yeah, that's true. My brothers.
Wow, that is awesome. And uh, I'll answer that question, like, is there a moment that I felt that I made my mom proudest? I never tried to make my mom proud. I had my own expectations, like, for myself. And so I never lived my life in the sense of I'm gonna do XYZ to make my mom proud, make my parents proud. I think because my parents, like, I'm the first to graduate high school, you know. I'm the first to have accomplished so much, like even just general things that you would expect a teenager to do, a person to do, uh, go to college, graduate college. Those are things that my parents didn't get a chance to do. And I never planned on, I'm going to do this to make my mom proud. It just was just a natural thing because these are things that I wanted to do for myself. So I wanted to make myself proud. I put expectations on myself, and in fulfilling those things, the byproduct was she was proud. She was able to be proud and all of that. But like my parents, just very humble background, very, very simple. And so anything would make them anything would make them proud. So the bar was set pretty low. But I do have a fond memory where I remember, like, in our bakery slash cafe, my mom has made some remarks because she works here part time, and so she has made remarks related to not how proud I am of you, but more. She says things very specific, and she said things like, I'm trying to think of exactly how she said it. She'll say things in a form of, "You're so strong. Like, you just do so many amazing things. Like, you're just like a superhero." Like, she says things along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, but she says things along those lines. And so she'll say while we're working together and while she sees me, and I'm not reaching for. It's so amazing. Like she just catches me off guard. So it lets me know that she's expressing, and those so simple words, just how proud she is of me, and so that catches me off guard.
I have a feeling that the bar wasn't set that low, Mika, but you, no matter what, exceeded that with all that you do. Opening your business is not a small feat. That is not a low bar to jump over.
You're telling the truth. You're telling the truth.
Plus, like doing the personal growth work that you're so dedicated to at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we all are, like we all want to grow, and that's something that we have in common, and that's hard. It's not easy to look at yourself in the mirror and to do that stuff and still show up and be a functioning member of this very productive society.
You're so right. Thank you, Tia. You're so right. So completely right.
I love that. What would you give advice? Okay, so Tia's pregnant. I'm done bearing children. My mom is a grandmother, and Mika is a mother in waiting, if you will. What advice would, since we only have one mother standing, what advice would you give to us? What advice would you give to us at all the different stages, like planning, thinking about having a baby, pregnant, have a full life, you have a lot of kids, and then mother? What would you give? Advice would you give?
I guess there's one thing I have always said that nobody told me.
Oh, geez.
Nobody told me when I was going to have my first baby that this is going to change your life forever. It doesn't, nobody said when the baby is able to stand up and walk and go to school, boom, you're done. You know, there is no done with motherhood. It goes on until the end, and it's constant readjusting and learning about this person and what's changing in their lives and trying to me the most important thing is trying to keep a close loving relationship with her no matter what changes she makes, may I say. And that that fact that once you're a mother, you're always a mother is going to stay with you through every phase, no matter if they're in diapers or they're going through the worst junior high school phase you can ever think of, or they, get married and have children. That probably is one of the biggest things that I would want to tell you, because it's too late because you already have babies. But Mika, keep that in mind when you're deciding to start a family.
Great advice. Great advice. Amazing. I've got a poem to read, but I'll let me know. Jules, when do you want me to
Why
explain?
don't you read the poem and then we'll close it up and we'll do a little follow up. So,
All right.
got a poem to read for us, a Mother's Day poem. Happy birthday to all those amazing mothers, to Mama Altador, to Jody Merle, our biggest fan here on Obsessed, and of course to my mother, who's never heard an episode of Obsessed before in her life.
That's not quite true. I've seen a couple of them, but I don't know how I found them, and I can't get back there. Okay, sorry.
Well, she'll be our biggest fan, and she's going to give us a review. So don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the Obsessed Podcast. Follow us on YouTube as well on Apple Podcasts.
Beautiful. So the poem begins with, "You are the sunlight in my day. You are the moon I see far away. You are the tree I lean upon. You are the one that makes troubles be gone. You are the one who taught me about life, how not to fight and what is right. You are the words inside my song. You are my love, my life, my mom. You are the one who cares for me. You are the eyes that help me see. You are the one who knows me best when it's time to have fun and time to rest. You are the one who has helped me to dream. You hear my heart and you hear my screams. Afraid of life, but looking for love. I'm blessed, for God sent you from above. You are my friend, my heart, my soul. You are the greatest friend I know. You are the words inside my song. You are my love, my life, my mom. A poem for Mom by Champagne S. Baker. As I read that, Jules is crying. Tia, what feelings does that give you? Because you have a mom and you are a mom.
I think it's a beautiful poem, and I see how it's true from the day you give birth, and I imagine how that can carry into all the phases and stages up until like being a grandmother, and even feeling that way about your grandchildren, because I imagine I many times have imagined myself being a grandma and looking back and imagining myself like holding space for my young mom version of me that's up all night, having a hard time, sleep deprived, needing help, but not knowing how to get it, just in those moments of struggle. I've imagined myself as a grandma and coming back and holding space for myself, my babies, my grandbabies. And so I think that poem is so true, because that light is always shining no matter what you and your children experience and go through. And it's going to shine until the day that you are done, not necessarily if your children go before you or your grandchildren. You are still going to be light, and there's still going to be light in your life. And I definitely believe that our souls choose each other for a reason, and we are all in the family unit that we were meant to be in.
Wow. Brian commented, just ride the wave, ride the ride. And I love that simplicity in your comment. Thank you, Brian. And Jules, it got you emotional. I don't want to make you too emotional.
Well, that's why I sent you the poem to read it, because I knew I couldn't read it.
Yeah.
No, I love you guys. And
You didn't write it, did you?
No, I'm not. My name is not Champagne. Champagne, whatever. But beautiful poem. We'll post that in the show notes. I think this is where conversations begin and conversations never end. Whether it's motherhood, fatherhood, sisterhood, brotherhood, it's all about living a human existence that makes a difference and leaves a legacy. So thanks, guys. Let's get obsessed. Obsessed with you, obsessed with our moms. Next time, Mama Outdoor is going to be live on Obsessed.
Welcome to Obsessed, where Mika, Tia, and I challenge the thoughts that limit you, where we provide the tools for transformation. Be prepared to be swept away into the raw power of obsession, unlocking secrets and stories behind the insatiable hunger for growth and change. This is more than just a podcast. This is your story. It is a manifesto for those who refuse to settle, who dare to dream, and who are relentless in the pursuit of living a great life. Get obsessed with your life.